Good afternoon, everyone. We are now a matter of hours away from an unprecedented lockdown of our country in order to combat an unprecedented virus that, left unchecked, would have an unacceptable toll on New Zealanders.
New Zealand had a pandemic plan and it was designed around the flu.
It became apparent that if we followed the steps in our pandemic plan, we would go down the track of other countries and not being able to manage the outbreak in our communities. So we had to change tack.
Our plan is simple. We can stop the spread by staying at home and reducing contact.
All across the country, stores are emptying and so are the streets as New Zealand gets ready for the lockdown.
Non-essential businesses in New Zealand must now close. All bars, restaurants, cafes, cinemas, pools, playgrounds.
Were we overreacting? Some people said we were. And certainly when the scientists say shut the borders and lock down the country, that's quite a hard scenario to justify. We'd predicted that after we locked down, the cases would continue to go up.
There are 40 new confirmed cases. There are 50 new, there are 78, there are 85 new cases of COVID-19 in New Zealand.
We all held our breath as we saw the numbers start to level out and realised that the lockdown was probably working.
The WHO guidance on how to respond effectively to the pandemic was really clear. The core public health measures of testing, contact tracing, isolation of cases and close contacts were fundamental to being able to break the chain of transmission in our community. We had already established our testing capacity and we continued to increase that and started to test more widely.
In the past 24 hours, more people have recovered from COVID-19 than have caught it.
Pleased to report that today there are no new cases of COVID-19 in New Zealand. Good news, our 13th consecutive day of no new cases. A really core part of our success in this was the coherence and comprehensiveness of our communication campaign.
I'm speaking directly to all New Zealanders today to give you as much certainty and clarity as we can as we fight COVID-19.
It was really important to have very clear and consistent messaging.
This is a COVID-19 announcement.
That helped the population to understand the why and also what was expected of them. New Zealand got to a point we had 24 days without a new case, and we effectively have been able to open up most of the economy, but with still very stringent border measures.
What's your
immediate reaction when you heard there were no active cases of COVID-19 remaining in New Zealand?
I did a little dance.
We are really only at the end of the beginning, and we need to make sure we remain vigilant and don't undo all the good work we've done over the last few months.
And so while the job is not done, there is no denying this is a milestone. So can I finish with a very simple thank you, New Zealand.